Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, our listeners. My name is RJ. I am one of the hosts of this 12 FPS that is occurring at this moment. The other one with me today is the fantastic and very wonderful and delightful.
Hi, I'm Bluejay. Yeah.
We are so professional. uh, so this is in case the title and the title card have not yet twigged. This is the Decimal and Contra do crime 12 FPS. Which it's gonna go so well. Um, basically, Decimal at the moment is living and existing in Toontown. This is occurring before all the Eclipse Cathedral shit, and before he gets ambushed by Craigery and another person. So he's just kind of living his life, going out to set up his stand, and I do believe there
Living
is
his worst
someone
life.
who is. I do believe there is someone who is eyeing his hat very intently, isn't there?
Yeah, for some reason. Yeah. Um, do you want me to roll stealth?
Yeah, I can roll like how would Contra approach this? How would like do you attempt to sneak up, or do you try and like play it chill and like just swipe it off his head, or do you just run up and take it?
Uh, I think he would try to sneak up and then grab it and run.
Okay. Go ahead, roll stealth. Nope. Okay. Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
that's what I thought.
I'm just gonna roll something real quick. Okay. Um Contra, what is your armor class?
God, it's where am I? 13.
Okay. As you like reach up to grab the hat, are you approaching from the front or from behind?
Behind, I do want to note that he's very short.
How short?
4'6".
That's someone 6'1".
Yeah,
You have to like
yeah,
you go up with tippy
yeah.
toes. You go with tippy toes to grab the hat. And then all of a sudden, there's like a flash of movement, and there is a gloved wrist. And there's a gloved hand grabbing your wrist. As he just like turns around and looks down, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Ah, fuck. uh, uh, at this time, a large purple wolf like comes around the corner and like um he looks smug. The wolf looks smug.
There's just like a glance between the wolf and the kid and a very slow eyebrow raise.
Uh, well, Contra's just growling frustratedly.
Hmm. Okay, so let's. What's your passive perception?
Real bad. Um, it's a
I don't.
9.
I don't know. Oh, God. Okay, no, you definitely don't. What's something that Contra is wearing that Decimal could easily finesse off of him?
Uh, mm, could could Decimal take like an entire hoodie? It's not.
With a
It's an unzipped.
26, I think he could.
Yeah.
I mean, Decimal, like, t- using the leverage of holding your wrist, he, like, turns you around and pushes you away. And when you look back, he's holding your hoodie in one hand. He's just like, This is how you do that. Tosses it back to you.
Contra's kind of stunned. His um he's no brain cells today. Less than usual.
Understandable. Have a nice day. I think that's more like pauses, looks this kid up and down, sighs in a very put upon manner, sticks his hands in his pockets, and goes, "Would you like me to show you how to properly pickpocket someone?"
Okay.
Very well then, follow me. First thing is picking your mark. And he will lead Contra to, like, I don't fucking know, the town square or something where there's a decent number of people.
Okay. Contra kind of stands there for a little bit, and then the wolf nudges him, like starts following Decimal.
I think that's when, like, upon realizing he's not following, would, like, stop and turn around with a very, "Are you coming?" expression. And then when you start following, would wait for you to catch up before continuing to move again.
Okay, so this is what we're doing.
Fucking, he's walking, and as he walks, he, like, puts his hands back in his pockets, and he goes, "The first thing you should look for on a mark is someone who's distracted or otherwise not paying attention."
Okay, I'm gonna. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. So yeah, I guess I'm Contra's gonna look around for someone.
Go ahead and roll a perception check, and I'll roll on my table and see what you see.
Oh yeah, oh God.
15! Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, hell yes. Okay. So you see, out and about in this crowd, you can actually pick out a few different people who look, to be in this kind of bracket. There is a very harried-looking businessman, who is yelling at someone, who looks to be some kind of, like, message runner or whatever. There is a shopkeep who is setting up a stall, who is very clearly not paying attention to things around them, as they try to construct this, like, fucking IKEA-style table. There is a group of children who are definitely not paying enough attention to their surroundings as they play a very vicious-looking game of football, or soccer for Americans.
Um, he's eyeing the table. I'm not sure why he's not saying anything. Usually he would like be talking a lot.
Might
Today
still be
just rolling
stunned.
He found someone who he can acknowledge is better than him. This never happens. And he's very confused.
Does he, like, point out the table person?
Yeah.
Decimal, like, looks over in that direction, eyes the mark for a moment, and then nods and goes, "Very good choice. Person's concerned with something else. Everything to the side there, that looks to be their products to sale, is ripe for the picking." And speaking of picking, let's go get ourselves some fruit, shall we? Go ahead and roll stealth for me with advantage, because Decimal is showing you what to do here. He is actively showing you how to move through the crowd to avoid drawing attention. And I'll roll stealth for Decimal as well.
Oh,
nice! Hell yeah! You're picking so quick! What's your stealth? It's your... Okay, no.
The wolf is staying behind, by the way.
Yeah. That's very wise. Decimal himself got a 25. So
Of
no
course he
slouch
did.
from him either. This man's got items to give him advantage for shit like this. He is good at what he does. So like the two of you kind of the way that you move is very interesting. You like as you step into the crowd and as you're following in Decimal's footsteps, you see he doesn't like push his way through the crowd. He follows the flow, kind of. Like almost like it's an intricate dance. He will follow behind someone and then casually sidestep to be behind someone else, maneuvering through, always following these back and forth paths to avoid drawing the eye of anyone who'd be watching. And you can easily like follow in the wake that he leaves.
It's wonderful.
You're crossing the square by this point, and he like leans back over his shoulder a bit, and he goes, "We're getting close to the table. How do you want to achieve this?"
Um, Contra's biting his tongue because usually his method is get in, destroy something, and leave. And it's very hard not to do that, not to just say that.
Can't go your time. Shame. All right then. The quickest and possibly easiest method is to simply walk by and he will just like scoot a little bit further ahead, walk by the table. Um, he intentionally lets you see this. No one else seems any the wiser. Um, Casually, very casually, his arm flashes out and he grabs an apple off of like there's these like wooden crates of different fruits, and he grabs an apple from one of them and slides it up his sleeve as he just walks by. And then gets to the mouth of an alleyway, turns around, and like gives a motion of "go on" to you.
Uh, Contra like silently goes, "Yo." um, yeah, I guess he's gonna try subtlety for once.
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand with advantage because you have been shown what to do.
Okay.
That's an 8. That's a 12. Okay.
Okay.
The good news is the DC for that was a 10, so you do manage to pass. Do you want to
um,
describe how he does this?
he walks over, and he picks up an apple, and he puts it in his pocket, and then he turns and walks away.
Fair enough. Is he heading back toward Ottava?
Yep.
Okay. Decimal will slip through the crowd to catch up with you. Back when you reach your wolf. And he like he's folded his arms and gives you a look of consideration. Goes, the approach wasn't bad. I wouldn't recommend changing direction once you've made the swipe. It's more likely to get you noticed.
I'm not used to going unnoticed.
He like raises an eyebrow at you and gestures for you to continue.
Um, Usually what I do is blow up the stand. That's it. He doesn't say anymore.
That's a nat one. He's giving you a look of bafflement, like, why? Why would you do that?
uh,
What's that?
Um, insight. Contra shrugs. And the wolf says something, but you don't understand it because wolf can't talk to you. And Contra just like snaps his head over and says, "Shut up."
Do I get to know as a player what the wolf did?
No, because I bullshitted it.
Fair enough. There's definitely now like a proper eyebrow raise at this wolf. Like he twigged that the wolf was smart. He did not twig it was for familiar, um, or animal companion or whatever the fuck the term is now. Uh, that's not his
Wow.
area of expertise in magic. So he's just kind of like looking between the two of you, like, what the fuck?
You know, I wasn't expecting these two to absolutely baffle each other.
I think he like takes a moment to regroup. It's just like, all right then. Well, chaos can be one way to cover your tracks, I suppose. Why don't you give me an example
Yeah.
of what you would normally do?
So I enter a store, I take what I want, and then I knock something over and run.
Hmm. Points for
And
effort, I suppose.
it always works, except then I can't go back to that place, so it's not the best sometimes.
Hmm. That would likely work better um, in a more open market where you have a better chance of getting away with them without having your face spotted. Although, how unique looking is Contra?
Uh, well, he's a kid. He looks kind of like a human kid, except if you look any longer than a glance, you can tell that he's Toon. He has purple stripes on his face, though, and red eyes. Today his hair is also bright purple. That just happens sometimes. Usually it's black, but purple today.
Hmm. If you can manage to keep your face away from the owner of the stall, you might be able to get away with it. Rather remarkably normal, aside from that.
I guess. So is that it?
It can be, unless you wanted to learn more.
Sure.
All right. He is going to lead you in a slightly different direction toward an open air market. Um, cool. Um, you don't notice anything. Um, he takes you to this kind of open air market, and it's like a farmer's market. There's some stalls of some tunes, all kind of different range. There's some fresh fish. There is a butcher stall. There is some stalls selling knickknacks and bric-a-bracs and tchotchke items and whatever the fuck else. All manner of different items. What kind of things would draw Contra's eye?
He likes shiny weapons.
There is a
Um,
stand selling chef's knives.
yeah. Yeah, that's what he's drawn to.
I think Decimal just like looks at you, follows your gaze, is just like, yes, that scans what I know of you. Alright. Let's do your method, but with a bit more subtlety, shall we? Let's see here. What can we... And he's going to roll a perception. See what he can see. Ooh, nice. That's... Oh, yes, that's not what I need. Okay. Close nearby to the chef's knife stall is a petting zoo. He will point it out to you, and then go, you can use the petting zoo to make a distraction to make off with some of those knives. I'll leave it up to you as to what distraction you wish to cause.
Mm. Um. I'm gonna make a poor choice because that's fun. All right. Let's see.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
um so he reaches into his hammer space and he pulls out like arm cannon thing. You know like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he pulls out that and he charges it up a little, and so it's the tip of it's glowing purple, and then he shoots the enclosure.
Go ahead. What's the range on your arm cannons?
So it's a mechanically a crossbow.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and roll to hit. You're gonna hit unless you roll the nat one. Okay. You managed to hit. You managed to hit. Go ahead and roll damage really quick. I want to see how big of a hole you managed to blast. Okay. You managed to blow
That's
the
so
you managed to
sad.
blow the gate off of the petting zoo. But the loud explosion and the fucking wooden gate flying past them all startles all the animals, who are now stampeding.
Yeah.
Decimal is in mild shock.
Contra's reveling in the chaos.
I wasn't. You know what? It's the same end, just different means. Let's go and steal some knives. He will gesture for you to lead.
The arm cannon kind of dissipates and goes back to Hammer's face, and Contra's gonna try to run by and grab a knife as he's running.
Make me a dex save. Because you're running into a stampede of animals. By a llama.
Okay, Ottava, that's the wolf's name. I haven't said it at all this time. Ottava's gonna try to get a knife in Contra's stead.
God.
And he
Roll
is a
roll a
wolf,
dex
so he's
save.
like,
Roll a dex save for your wolf.
uh,
Decimal manages to get through the stampede. You do too. It was a DC 12. I wasn't expecting you to beef it that much. Um,
well, that's a 13.
yeah, Ottava makes it, which is great.
Okay.
So, Ottava, would you like to grab a knife?
Yeah,
What
Ottava
kind of
would like to grab.
what kind of knife does Ottava grab?
Um, a big one.
Okay,
Uh,
you
one of the lower ones.
you managed to grab uh a rather oversized chef's knife that you figure is probably meant for a bigger tune. Maybe one 7 and 8 feet tall.
Wait,
How did Ottava
how
grab
big
it?
is this? He leaps up and grabs the handle with his mouth.
I was so hoping because the end result is a little something like this.
Yeah.
So Ottava has a knife.
Ottava has a knife. Uh, Ottava puts the knife in the Contra and Ottava share a hammer space, and the way Ottava, it looks like Ottava like turns and stabs himself with the knife, but the knife just goes into his fur, and it is gone.
Decibel's not even gonna question it. He has
So,
also grabbed himself a knife. He is
so
gone for a
Ottava
smaller
is.
filleting knife.
Ottava's not gonna run through the crowd with a knife.
Understandable. Have a nice day. How is Contra doing on the back of this stampeding llama?
Uh, he's upset. he's he's mad.
That's a fair reaction.
Uh, punch the llama.
You're gonna punch the llama?
Gonna punch the llama.
Oh my god. Okay. Roll to punch the llama. Are you proficient with unarmed strikes?
um, I should be. Give me a second.
This is basically, are you a monk?
I'm tavern brawler.
Oh,
so
oh god, yeah, you are proficient then. Um, uh, D20 plus strength plus proficiency modifier. I think.
you know D&D better than I do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll with that.
D20 plus proficiency plus strength modifier. To punch a llama.
Proficiency. Okay.
There's no llama stat blocks in Pathfinder. But D&D, this is such a... I'm gonna go with that. We'll use this. 13! Oh goodness. Oh god, stat block, please load. Okay, well the good news is you do manage to hit. Roll your damage for me really quick.
Uh-huh.
That's a D4 plus strength.
Okay.
Oh my god. Jesus. Well, congratulations, you successfully pissed this thing off. Roll me. God. Roll me, either a dex save to maintain your balance or a strength save to try and grab hold as this llama attempts to buck you off.
Let's go with strength. Save, you said, right?
Yeah, save. Okay. You're holding on. This has become a bucking bronco style shenanigan. The bad news is Decibel can't get close enough to pull you off, which was his original plan.
Today we're causing each other psychic damage.
Yeah.
There are literal tears
going, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? Just mentally.
So can we do the gag where like Decimal and Ottava are just like stunned watching this chaos happen off screen, and then like a very dusty and slightly battered Contra comes in from the side, like so.
Okay. roll. Uh, roll. Acrobatics, I guess, to see how well you manage to stick the landing as this thing does finally manage to buck you off.
Oh God.
10. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're not on your face at least, but you do roll a ass over tea kettle a couple times before coming to a stop.
And then he stands up and like puts his hands on his hips and looks very proud of himself.
Just like staring at you. And it's at this point that someone in the background goes, "Hey, wait, get back here!" Because the owner of the petting zoo has now noticed us. So Decimal loudly goes, "Shit!" And starts running.
Contra also goes, "Oh shit."
Make athletics or acrobatics to try and get through this crowd. 16. Okay, you're doing pretty decent, and so is Decimal. What about Ottava?
Let's see. I don't know how this works. Because it's just
roll a flat d20 on a 10 or above. You're fine.
Okay. I mean, I've got like a stat block, but I don't know about.
Oh, if you have a stat block, okay. 13. You're getting caught up in the animals a bit, Ottava. Slowed down by a pair of sheep, but you managed to muscle your way through. Is that strength or is that dex?
That was strength.
Yeah, you managed to muscle your way through. This is the chase sequence now. We're being chased. And Decimal's like, and this is why we use subtlety. As he is trying to bolt for an alleyway to get onto the roofs.
Well, now you know how I usually do things.
Your way is disastrous.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So I need to double check what that is on this table. I think I might have accidentally rolled the wrong table. Oh no, I did roll the right table. Fantastic. Alright. Oh god. So you guys are running through the crowd. You
Oh, yeah, so what's Decimal's speed?
Depends. He can move 30, which means if he action and bonus action dashes, he can move 90.
Okay, because both Contra and Ottava have 40 feet of movement speed.
Okay.
Because Wolf and Barbarian.
Yeah, fair. So Decimal will be bonus action dashing to to keep ahead. Goodness gravy gracious. Go ahead and just roll me a d20 really quick. Just a flat d20.
Oh boy.
11. Oh god. Make acrobatics checks for the pair of them. Oof. Okay. Uh, Decibel like turns for a moment to see where you two are behind him, and then abruptly looks forward and jumps in a surprising display of reflexes. As all of a sudden there is a horse and cart in the way, and he manages to like plant a hand and vault over it, and you get over it just fine. Ottava tries to do the same and just bonks into the wood.
Oh no! Yeah, Contra skids to a stop and like goes back for Ottava.
Fair enough. Do you like pull Ottava underneath the cart? Because it is stopped. It's not moving. Do you like go underneath or go around? How are you doing this?
Ottava's gonna go around because I don't know how big this card is.
It's fairly big. It's like, you know, the one right at the start of Skyrim. It's like that size.
um, okay. Ottava goes around anyway, though.
Fair enough. By this point, Decimal has looked around, managed to spot an alleyway with a significantly shady portion, and goes over here, and starts guiding you over there. Go ahead and roll stealth at disadvantage, because you guys were behind. Or, if you would like to, you can roll athletics to try and climb up the building, get out of sight that way.
Building.
Building. Fair enough. I thought that might be what you go for.
I don't know what Ottava's gonna do. Ottava's quadruped.
Okay. This is 21.
Can Ottava climb the building?
The building itself isn't very tall. Decimal like watches you like muscle your way up the building and turns to plant himself against the wall to give Ottava a boost. So Ottava has advantage.
Okay. Ottava's very large and rather heavy. You want to roll strength?
Can do. Hold on. Oh, it's another 20.
Woo!
That's what's fine. He's got a positive strength. It's his lowest stat, but it's +1, so it's still pretty good.
Oh, that's
you rolled a 20.
Not a D. Yeah.
So that's a 6. You have advantage. 18. All right. Yeah,
Okay.
you make it fine. And then Decimal himself is going to reach up, grab part of the fire escape, and like kick off the wall to flip upward using acrobatics instead of pure strength. And he has advantage because he's done this before. Yeah, he makes it fine. And then turns, looks over his shoulder, sees the irate fucking petting zoo owners, like, keep going. So you now have a couple of options. You can drop down the other side of the building and continue onward, or you can go across the roofs. Which would you two prefer?
Go across the roofs.
Alrighty. I have to remind myself of jump rules.
Except first, Contra, who's apparently forgotten everything Decimal said, like, makes a rude gesture and sticks out his tongue, down at the people below.
God. Goodness gravy gracious. Alright. Well. like, grabs you by the scruff of your hoodie and holds you forward. So the gap between these buildings is maybe 10 feet. So you can make it easily, but do you want to do style points?
Sure.
Roll a skill of your choice that you think would fit for style points.
See, the best skill would probably be acrobatics. He's not He's not the best at that. But he's gonna do that anyway because it's gonna be funny. Yeah, yeah, that's that one.
Oh god. What's your strength score?
16.
So the good news is your attempt at style points means you kind of catch your foot a bit on the jump, but you still manage to push off enough that you get to the other side, although you do stumble the landing. Decimal, on the other hand, is just gonna casually run and leap. It's fucking 18 plus 10. He's absolutely fine.
Wow.
Very, like, he jumps across and then tucks and rolls and pops up very gracefully. He's like, keep going. You shouldn't have done that. Why did you do that? Don't stick around to Chester.
I thought it'd be cool.
Goodness. I think, just roll me a flat d5. Really quick. On a 1, okay, no, we're fine. After a montage of chase scene bits, our duo of dumbasses do manage to escape. At which point Decimal's just like... Decimal's just like... And this is why subtlety tends to be the more preferred option. Goodness.
It went fine.
Just gives you a very slow up and down where you're like fucking covered in scuff marks and a couple bite marks from this fucking llama.
Yeah, this is fine. It's normal. This is just how he lives.
He just reaches up with one hand to massage his temples. Then sticks his other hand in his sleeve, and... Oh god, why now? It's a 1.
Oh? Yeah?
Hold on. Oh
Is
god,
that
no!
space?
Hold out! And go ahead and roll insight for me.
Oh boy, that's what he's bad at.
That's good.
It's your lucky day, Decimal.
I was gonna say, because Decimal also rolled a 1 on his deception check at disadvantage, that you were gonna get something, but that's a 0!
I
don't think I can give you anything for a 0.
don't think Contra cares.
Yeah, fair. You see him pull out this gold medallion with what looks like a horse symbol on it, and some writing you don't manage to see before he quickly stuffs it away. Reaches back in for... Oh, that's another 1 on his fumble shot. Oh, no.
Oh, is that the
That's the hammer space roll. 11 on the fumble chart. He reaches in, pulls out a glyph emblem, stuffs it back away. 7, okay. Successfully manages to pull out the filleting knife and offers it to you. Hilt first.
Alright, so Hunter pulls out his new oversized knife instead of taking it. And he just like holds it. I don't know. Yeah, it's holding it, I guess.
God. It's that awkward length where it's got a blade approximately as long as a short sword, but it's still shaped like a chef's knife. Do you hold it like a sword? Do you hold it like a knife? Who knows? Decimal will shrug and put the knife in a pocket. And once again, massage his temples like, that could have gone better.
That was pretty good.
Hmm. Well, if you say so, I suppose. You're the one who tends to use that more chaotic approach.
Look, I got what I wanted and I got away, and they're not. They can't do anything about it.
Uh, I suppose. I do recommend we ignore, uh, or avoid that farmer's market for a good few weeks.
Yep.
Goodness. Well, that was not the chaos that I had expected, but I
It really wasn't.
now know why I was warned. Oh dear. You do have quite the penchant for it.
Oh wait, that was me talking, not Contra.
Yeah,
Uh,
Decimal just mutters under his breath. I do know now why I was warned earlier.
uh, Contra doesn't look happy per se, but he's that was good, and he's enjoying himself.
Ay, ay, ay. Alright, well, you managed to successfully escape. What do you normally do afterward?
Uh, go back to my base.
An eyebrow twitches at that particular choice of words, but he doesn't question it. Very well then. It's like kind of just awkwardly waiting for you to leave, I suppose. And thus, Contra looks like he wants to stay.
Nah, he's. I guess he's just gonna um like he's gonna shrug, put his hands in his pockets. Well, he puts the knife away first, and then he puts his hands in his pockets. And says, uh, "Thanks," and then he's gonna head out.
Hmm. All right.
But he is. I'm gonna. Is that perception? He's watching to make sure you don't follow him.
Yeah. Decimal doesn't like. He walks with you out of the alleyway, but he doesn't follow you. Um. So that's a 17, which I think beats your passive. Um. You get a good 15, 20 minutes down the road. Do you put the hood of your hoodie up?
Mm, yeah. Although he is actively looking around, so I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Oh, all right. That's worse than his passive.
As you put the hood of your hoodie up, you feel something in it.
Oh, okay. Of course. Um, He's gonna put his hoodie back down and reach into it.
You pull out an apple and a filleting knife.
Uh, he's gonna put that away, I guess. And he's like squinting, like how. Then he looks around again, particularly looking in the shadows. And then he just keeps walking.
Yep, Decimal did not follow him, went in the opposite direction after the alleyway. He just snuck mud to your person at some point.
Yikes.
There is a note wrapped around the hilt of the knife, by the way.
Oh?
It just reads in a very like rushed, quick note. Subtlety might save your life one day. It's unsigned. It is very clear who it's from.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, he just puts the knife in the apple in his hammer's face, and he puts the note in his pocket. Except, wait, his pocket is his hammer's face. He puts all of it in his hammer's face. And I guess that's it.
Yeah, I suppose so. Off our two bastards go, having had that short little shenanigan adventure. Now now Contra is 2 knives and 2 apples richer.
Yeah.
That was.
And I think he might have learned something for once.
Well, he's definitely learned there's someone out there who could stun him to silence. Goodness.
Yeah, there's someone out there who is cool, who he thinks is cool.
God. How old is Contra, by the way?
12.
Okay, makes sense, yeah.
He's been 12 for like 16 years.
Oh my god, he's older than Decimal.
How long has Decimal been around?
Is he?
Decimal
formed as an 8-year-old and then grew up. But he's been as he is for a while now. No, Decimal is older by a couple years.
Okay.
God, that's really fucking funny.
Yeah. So you want to end the recording?
Yeah, I think it's a good note to end on.
Okay. Thank you for listening to us do bullshit for an hour, almost an hour. Hope you enjoyed listening. Bye.
Bye, listeners.